So number one is cut out the processed foods, right? Number two, skip breakfast and commit to it. You really have to commit to it, right?
What are let's say, the top 3 tips that you would give someone who's like totally new to this?
So number one is cut out the processed foods, right? You got to get rid of that processed stuff. When I first started, I didn't think that grains were that bad, but now I've done a lot of research. There's been a lot of doctors talking about this as well, that grains, especially processed grains that are in pretty much anything processed, that they're just as bad, if not worse, than the sugar. Our bodies aren't made to digest these grains, and our bodies turn them to sugar. So I'd say get rid of the processed foods. I didn't have a problem with like sodas or drinks like that, but that would be in that category as well. Those sweetened drops you can use for water to kind of transition into that if you still need a drink that's sweet. So there's options out there that have the stevia or the monk fruit. Number two, skip breakfast. If you can't skip breakfast, at least move it. So if you normally have breakfast at 7, 8 o'clock, move it to 10 or 11.
You can have breakfast in the afternoon, because if that's your first meal, you broke your fast in the afternoon. That's your breakfast.
Yeah, I typically have breakfast about 6 o'clock at night. That's usually when I eat. And I eat eggs most of the time too. I eat eggs and steak, or eggs and some other kind of meat, ground beef or ground lamb or something. Third thing is cut out your snacks. Just eat during your meals and commit to it. You really have to commit to it, right? It starts in the brain, just like everything. It starts with a goal. Like, you have to see yourself. And I had been there before. I'd been at 15% body fat. So I was like, I know that I can do this. It's just a matter of, do I want to commit to it? And do I want to give up these things that I think are good, these processed things. So.
Thanks for listening to the Adrian Sinclair Show. You can find previous episodes on the Apodcast multi-channel network at apodcast.com. You can also stream this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Podbean, and other audio platforms. And if you subscribe to our weekly newsletter, you'll get convenient short summaries of podcasts you may have missed. So check it out. And lastly, please, please, please support us by sharing our episodes on social media. We really appreciate it. Thanks.